Oh.
Hi, friends.
Hey, Kim. And I see Jill. I feel like it's Romper Room, which totally dates me. Oh.
Jelly of wherever John's picture is.
Mm. We'll get started in a couple more minutes. We're just going to give some people some time. So get comfortable. Get a snack.
Oh, coffee, which is my version of food. Hold on. Although I have figured out like the best hack for cooking. I've turned out there's like 2 days a week now I don't have to cook dinner.
Okay.
Because I do Friday night dinner, which we've socially distanced started doing again, which has been so good for my mental health. And then a friend of mine and I do a casserole trade every week. And so one night a week, I just make 2 casseroles and then we swap them and then eat each other's casserole for dinner.
Nice.
And so I don't have to cook.
That is really nice. I want you all to feel very jealous. I got a haircut.
Ooh.
First time, I know. First time in months.
I was gonna say your hair looks really fluffy and great today.
Oh my God, it took like 10 pounds off my head. Too bad it's not 10 pounds off my butt either. But...
yeah, Jordan is slated for a haircut tomorrow night too, because my best friend who I do Friday night dinner with, she cuts our hair. So she's the only person I let touch my hair because it's so curly that like 95% of hairstylists don't know what they're doing. I've gotten up in the middle of a haircut before. I'm like, no, you're not touching me. I'm out. Because like, you know, if a hairdresser gets my hair wet before they cut it, I'm out.
Oh yeah, it's shrink. It'll shrink. It'll definitely shrink.
Oh yeah, and most hairdressers don't understand that. Like when I say take a couple inches off, take 2 inches off, they get my hair wet, take 2 inches off, and my hair is up here. And because it's so curly, it takes so long to fix that my best friend has figured out how to cut my hair, and she's the only one that touches it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, Reagan, I can see you talking, but you're muted.
I would say I can relate to that.
Yeah. Fellow curly hair team, yes. Like many a breakdowns have happened from them cutting feet off my hair that take years to grow back. Like,
it's frustrating.
Well, yeah.
It looks
You've got the gorgeous curls too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Looks really good. Yeah, so yeah. Envy me. Oh, and I also went to a brew pub for the first time in months. I know. It was very exciting sitting outside.
Mm-hmm.
So, yay, we're coming back to somewhat normal. Somewhat.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in the next 2 months, but at least right now.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, why don't we get started? Since we have a lot of people here. And I always feel like I'm talking to myself in the dark. So we'll get started and welcome. And we will be meeting in person here very, very soon. Very soon. I think as we start to ease back into maybe a little bit of meeting ability. And I don't think we'll be able to meet in person in large groups for a while, but let's just play it by ear. And so I miss you all's faces. I really do. It's nice to see you at the weekly happy hours on Tuesdays between 4 and 5. I really like having you there. We've been having some great conversations the last couple Tuesdays. And so I just have to express the fact that I really appreciate all of you. I'm going to move something up a little bit on the agenda. I'm going to have Caitlin speak for a little bit about what the board has been doing, and then we can go into what's going on in the state and national level. So go ahead, Caitlin. I'll unmute her.
Hi, sorry, I wasn't quite ready. Heard you from downstairs. Hi, everybody. We have been continuing to engage in roundtables with WSIA, so that's Washington Sun Growers Industry Association, Craft Cannabis Coalition, and Washington Cannabis Business Association. And the four of us have been looking at things that we want to be focused on as a group of the bigger organizations in Washington State. And right now, our big focus is on the CR 102 that is coming out concerning QA and lot testing. So now is the time. If you haven't made your voices heard to us at the board, we've had lots and lots of conversations with membership about this over the years. But now's your chance to really, really come in and especially come to the board here and let us know, because what we're trying to do with this association's roundtable is propose something from the industry to LCB and kind of cut through some of the bureaucracy that has been happening, particularly around this issue, and propose something that is good for all of us, that LCB will just kind of listen to and adopt. So now's the time. And if you're not able to get it to us, at least make sure that you are getting it to LCB while this CR 102 is open. And that is all I have.
Sorry about that, Caitlin. I just wanted to move everything around since we were trying to get different things going in different locations. So
thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give you a surprise. You're on now.
No, that's okay.
Look, there's really nothing happening right now on the national legislative front with all of the things that are going on in. Sorry about that, King, in different locations. So, look, there's really nothing happening right now in the national. To have conversations about its national legalization. So, we're still keeping our house. I don't think it's going to go anywhere to nationally legalize cannabis, but it's still a good conversation to have, and we'll continue to push that. State-wise, our state legislative and budget update. There's still going to be a special session for the budget. We're expecting that to be announced any minute now. We, in terms of the Cannabis Alliance, have our own agenda right now. We're going to be doing a farm tour with Republican legislators to kind of give them an idea of what really goes on in the cannabis industry, so that when we go to talk to them in the legislature, they are a little more friendly to what we're doing, and they understand your pain points and the fact that we really are agriculture. It's not a big secret, and it is run just like any other farm. So this is our big push this summer, and Al Ralston will be taking that on. I know that we also have done some legislative planning based on survey results from members. And if you did not make your voices heard on that legislative survey, please I'll send you a link. If you did not, it was done really recently. So please, if you've not voted on those, please email me and I'll make sure that you get a link to that survey. And we'll be honing down our legislative priorities based on that member survey. And so it's really kind of important you do that within the next week or so. Andy Goeres, are you on?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, go for it. You're going to make your pitch.
Great. Yeah. Hi, everyone. As Kristen said, my name's Andy Goeres. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Wander Cannabis. We're a cartridge company. I think it's a good segue of going into talking about the legislature. I wanted to make everyone aware, as a cannabis owner, I decided that I'd also be making a run for the legislature this year. So we are currently in primary season. The district I am running for is the 37th district. So that stretches from 405 all the way up to the international district. I really felt that as a cannabis owner, I really wanted to be able to represent our industry, as well as I believe, as I start learning more, I can really make an impact for the district and home that I live in. A little bit about my background is I grew up in agriculture. I'm a third generation dairy farmer. That's what I grew up doing. I still enjoy it, still go down and do that. But now, we're fully in the marijuana industry. And I am excited about this primary run. I really want to represent the industry, and I'd love to connect with as many cannabis individuals that I can, just to learn more about your process, your farms, some things that you may want a legislator to know. And we also are in the midst of fundraising. So it does cost money, to put our campaign together. So any help that you could give me in contributing to our campaign will really help push our message out. Any connections that you may have of individuals that I can talk to, just to learn more, anything that you may want me to know, I'd love to hear from you as we're putting our primary together. Primary is in August. It's a top 2 primary. So if I get into the top 2, then I run for the general election in November. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Will you put a link in the chat box to your website, or do you want me to do it for you? I can do it.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm actually mobile right now. I'm in Nevada at my son's birthday. We're actually up at Lake Tahoe because I'm working on my hemp farm down here. So I don't have my laptop, unfortunately.
Oh, nice. Okay. Let me get it here 1 sec. As soon as I figure it out.
Our campaign priorities for this year is really focusing on economic recovery. I became acutely aware around the economic recovery, especially around jobs in our district that runs from the international district all the way south. And that's where our focus really is going to be, is how do we support the recovery? How do we support all businesses? Acutely aware of the support that cannabis does need because we don't qualify for federal funds, as well as workforce development, and how do you upskill and help people end up on a good career path that doesn't make their jobs expendable.
Okay, Andy, what's the website then? I had
Sure,
it somewhere.
Yeah, totally. It's my name, so it's Andy Goeres, GOERES.com.
That's easy.
Yep. Try to keep it simple.
That is really simple. Well, thank you. Thanks for making that fit.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to this campaign. I'd love to connect with anyone to hear more about some things that you may want me to know. But I really want to make sure that cannabis is represented in the state and represented well.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you very much for doing that.
Oh, absolutely. My pleasure.
Enjoy Lake Tahoe. So let's move on to the LCB and regulatory updates. The temporary rules on kids on farms and curbside delivery will be coming up here very soon because it's 30 days after they end the stay safe, stay healthy order. And so if you really have been enjoying both of or either one of those privileges, please make your feelings known to the LCB board. Talk, especially with kids on farms, talk about how it has helped your family, how it's helped you personally. It really would make a difference if they hear from more than just a couple people. So please make your feelings known to the LCB board. And if you've been using the curbside service and you would like to continue to do that, also make your feelings known as well to the LCB. Rulemaking.
Is delivery, sorry, Kim, is delivery pretty much a non-starter at this point?
Delivery is pretty much a non-starter at this point.
Thanks.
It's going to have to be a legislative change versus a rulemaking change. So that's.
Gotcha.
That's what's going on. Sorry, my thing keeps disconnecting, which is very strange. So yeah. Sorry, somebody is sending me a text message. Can you hear me okay though? With this weirdness?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, it has to be a legislative change because they understand the importance of delivery. They understand that people are interested in delivery. I don't think they've heard enough from the industry of whether or not they want, whether or not we believe delivery would be a good thing or a bad thing. And I think even coming from our own membership, nobody is necessarily completely supportive of delivery. So I think that's going to have to be a legislative change. Okay. Rulemaking. Let's see. True Parties of Interest. The True Parties of Interest, CR 101 had a listen and learn on May 20th. It was very well attended. Next steps are for them to mark up, all of the stakeholders to mark up the draft rules and then send them back to Catherine Hoffman with the goal of having a CR 102 with proposed rules by the middle of summer, which would also include another public hearing. And they have those draft rules on the website. And then if you're interested, and I can also send you a copy of that if you want it. So you just send me an email and I'll be happy to give you those. Voluntary compliance there was a listen and learn on May 28th. The LCB is putting together the comment worksheet. There were quite a few comments made in that listen and learn, and they'll be sending that out, and we'll do some more stakeholder outreach to talk further about the voluntary compliance, and then having another listen and learn. The quality assurance rules is in CR 102. The public hearing will be on July 8th at the LCB offices. And public comment is due by that. Sorry, guys, give me 1 minute. I'm going to log in on my phone because it's giving me issues. Sorry about that. This is the downside of Zoom, I suppose. Okay. Can you hear me now? Yes. All right. Thanks, Kim.
I lost audio.
All right. So while Kristen is sorting that out, I'm just going to take over for a heartbeat. So I'll let her sort of pick up where we left off. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure, right? Zoom lighting is never the best. So a couple of things that I wanted to talk about also were some of the initiatives that we have going on right now, in particular around the Black Lives Matter movement and this extraordinary moment in time that we've got going, and just wanted to highlight a few of those if you are interested in joining the efforts. We have a few groups that are looking at issues of incarceration and in particular arrest protocol. We also have formed a few new sections, both a Latinx section and a women's section. So please, if you're interested in joining those, please do. The Latinx committee has its first meeting this week. And let's see if we have someone on that committee who wants to talk a little bit about it here on the call. And we don't, I don't believe. At any rate, we will get in the chat the information. So the CR 102 comment deadlines, I'm gonna have to look it up. We're in the 90-day window right now. So it's
CR2 comment deadline will be July 8th.
Perfect. All right.
Sorry about
that. And it looks like you're back on. So I will turn it back up to you.
I'm so sorry about that. I swear my husband's upstairs Netflixing and sucking up all my internet. All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? Okay.
Sorry, Kim, did you say that was July 2nd?
July 8th.
July 8th. Thank you.
July 8th, and so comment is due by that date as well, but the public hearing will be July 8th. So they're both due in that, just say July 8th. We're going to be putting in our public comment this afternoon. I finally got it all, and we'll post that up for members as well. And the Tier 1 expansion, CR 102, hasn't moved beyond the public comment period, which ended on this February 2nd. I think the pandemic kind of caused a lot of internal figuring out of how to do the public comment, how to do the rulemaking, and have it available for public consumption. So I think they're just having a really difficult time. And then before we close, will be and then I'm going to have Jason talk about our packaging discussion. But the Social Equity Task Force that was formed by the last legislative session should be formed by today. This is the deadline of today, and it will be made up of 2 senators and 2 representatives, 1 from each caucus, a member of the Commission on African American Affairs, somebody from the Commission on Hispanic Affairs, the Governor's Office of Indian Affairs, an organization that represents the African American community, an organization representing the Latinx community, a labor organization involved in marijuana, the Labor and Cannabis Board, which Ollie Garrett was formally designated by the LCB, the Department of Commerce, the Office of the Attorney General, the Association of Washington Cities, and 2 members that retail cannabis members and 2 retail or producer processor licensees. So we should have 4 voices on that task force. We don't know who's on that task force yet. So as soon as I know, I'll let you guys know as well. Jason Lammers, do you want to talk about the packaging discussion?
Sure. Yeah. Maybe if you can just interject on one thing. I wasn't totally clear. So the LCB's putting our request in their newsletter. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Putting our request in their newsletter.
Yeah, so we've had a variety of conversations with some members as well as the LCB discussing not really looking for rule changes on this. We're really more or less looking for a clarification on vape packaging specifically, and whether or not a vape cartridge that's already inherently much more child resistant than any other type of packaging in the marketplace, whether that should be sufficient enough to meet the CR requirements or not. And so it's not really spelled out in any of the WAC codes. And so we've just asked the LCB to essentially clarify that. So they're going to put it in their newsletter, ask for feedback, and it sounds like they're open to the possibility of essentially just putting in a memo or a point of clarification stating that potentially cartridges, if they are CR certified or better, that essentially they would be considered packaging, and you wouldn't need additional plastic waste and cost. So we have a variety of different packages in the marketplace, as I'm sure most people have seen, with a variety of different interpretations. And so we're just essentially asking LCB to clarify, you know, what packaging is correct on the vape cartridges, because there's a lot of variance in there.
Does anybody have any questions about this or comments? And I'd like to thank everybody that has participated with our vape cart packaging discussion group. So I appreciate all of your hard work on this one.
This one right here is everybody proof. I cannot get these open to save my life. And I bet it was really good oil in there too.
We'll make sure that, you know, we'll include that as an example A of why it is not just child proof, but adult proof, or just Eric proof.
Yeah, you asked for comments too, so sorry.
Caitlin, do you want to talk about the Buy Nothing page and the job board? Did we lose Caitlin? Okay. Caitlin may be dealing with kids. When she pops back, we'll have her talk about those things. Next, we'll talk about some of the social equity conversations and some of the things we're planning around social equity in the cannabis space. We've been having some very good conversations the last 2 Tuesdays at our virtual happy hour around the idea of social equity into the cannabis space. We've been talking about social equity for quite a while now, and trying to put in some places and some things in play that really could be helping this industry further. One of which is diversity in hiring. And so I'm now editing an interview and resume video that Kara Bradford, Heather Dagley, Trey Reichling, and myself put together on how to interview and how to write a resume and how to interview for the cannabis industry. And so I will be editing that down, and we'll have it up on our YouTube channel, and then we can be sharing that out to people so that they can present themselves appropriately for this industry and how to get more education and how to get into this industry. And then we're going to have a job fair, and we're still trying to figure out if we'll be able to have one in person or if it has to be a virtual job fair, but look for that towards the end of the summer. And if anybody's hiring, please let me know, because people reach out to me all the time and want to know how to get into this industry, and it'd be nice to connect them up with jobs. And I would really appreciate that. Plus, we have our own job board. We have a job board online that is available for members that they could be posting jobs, and we can even do it for you if you want to make it anonymously and collect resumes. We're happy to do that, and go from there. The other thing is we're working with cities to craft their own cannabis social equity programs. The city of Seattle has a cannabis social equity program. They haven't really made anything concrete, so we're kind of forcing their hands to make something concrete. We're working with Tacoma to create something also there in Tacoma. So that is, this is a good opportunity to kind of push what we've been wanting to do for a while. And then somebody has asked us to put together a directory of minority and women-owned cannabis companies so that people can make buying decisions based on that. And I think that would be a really healthy thing for the Cannabis Alliance to be doing, and we'll start working on building that directory as well.
Hi, Kristen.
Caitlin,
if I can add something to that really quickly, for the summit, we're doing a panel on out-of-state funding, and we've also discussed social equity programs as one of the potential guardrails for any sort of out-of-state funding that would come in, actually writing social equity loans into that legislation. So we're already kind of in the very highest levels of that discussion, but if anyone has any ideas around that, I'd love to see them.
Yeah, Eric, do you want to put your information into the chat box?
Sure.
And we'll be announcing the various panels for the summit within the next couple of within the next week. But the first day is on sustainability. The second day is basically on, or loosely formed on ethics, things around ethics and the ethical aspects of the cannabis industry. And I think it's going to be really interesting. We have some very high-powered speakers, lots of really good conversations to be had. And so the tickets have gone online, but we would like to wait until, we'd like to roll the panels out, and I think you guys will all be very excited about this. Caitlin, are you back online yet?
I am very unsuccessfully navigating being a parent and a professional currently. And
sorry, sweetie.
No, that is okay. Just let me know what you would like for me to address.
Elections.
Okay. I am so sorry. I'm getting messages. Can you handle that for me? I apologize.
Sure, of course.
Thank you.
No, you got kiddos. You absolutely have kiddos. So we are having our, we're opening the board elections. It starts actually today. We'll be, after the meeting, I will be sending you out a link to vote, and we have 5 candidates for seats on the board, and all 5 of the candidates are here. And I'll also be sending you a link to their nomination form that talks a little bit more about what they do, who they are, and what they do. And so we're going to have the election starts on June 11th. It will be closing at the end of June. And we will be asking for you to vote by that time, and we'll ask for names, and we'll be verifying that against your membership. But everybody that is current on their membership are eligible to vote. So vote by that time and we'll vote. So please have our candidates actually present themselves at this meeting. And Matthew Friedlander, are you on? I don't see Matthew. Maybe he's
been down at the Chaz quite a bit.
Has he?
Yeah,
good for him. Okay. He might have been the person that was texting me saying, I need a link for today. Then we'll have Ammon Ford. Ammon, are you on?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Excellent. Go for it.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. Some of you I know personally, some I don't. My name's Ammon Ford. I'm an attorney at Gleam Law, where I assist cannabis and hemp and ancillary businesses in business and intellectual property law. I deal with the LCB a lot, as well as business transactions. I got into this industry before I was an attorney as an activist because I believed in fighting the drug war. And that background, that foundation has always been there with this organization. And that's one of the things that I've always loved about this organization is that it is a truly grassroots, community-driven organization that focuses on the community and the needs of the community and pushing forward the envelope of combating the harms that were done to this community and to our country in the drug war. And so, especially in light of everything that's been happening lately, I want to both applaud the work that this organization and this community has done for social equity, but I want to stress that we are not done and that we have not gotten there, we've not arrived, and that there's a lot of work left to be done. And that's one of the reasons why I want to join the board, to become a more active part of that work, to work on some of the things that we are not doing well, and to be a resource for some of the projects and initiatives that are moving forward. And so I look forward to joining the board, so joining this community. and pushing forward that work, because with the success and the power and the wealth that we have been able to amass, that we have been very lucky to amass, there's a lot of responsibility there too. And we have to continue the struggle for justice, to end the new Jim Crow, and to work on not simply cannabis issues, but to work on the issue of what the drug war was intentionally designed to do, which was a social construct. It was a social engineering project to oppress certain segments of our community, certain segments of our population, and to ensure a cheap stream of labor to prison, which remains the only form of lawful slavery in the United States. And so I don't want to distract from or forget about the very real, very present issues that we deal with, they're practical in this industry, that deal with the CR 102s and the packaging and the many things that are very important to us. But I'm also very excited about the social equity work that we are doing and pushing forward. And I hope to promote diversity proactively as a board member. So thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for addressing us today. Jason Lammers, do you want to make your pitch?
Hi, everybody. So for anybody that doesn't know me, my name is Jason Lammers, General Manager at 420 Wholesale Pack. I've been a Cannabis Alliance member for 4 years now. I have sat on a variety of positions at the Alliance over the last few years, adjunct board member as well as board member, chaired the Packaging Waste Committee for the last couple of years. With the effort of the Waste Committee, we were able to get some really important packaging rule changes done actually just this January to significantly reduce our plastic waste. And as a board member, I've worked on a variety of fundraising issues and membership driving situations. So I brought in Headset as a data partner and an analyst. I felt it was really important that we had some good data to really help make our decisions based upon. Brought in some non-dues revenue to help support our organization, brought in new membership. I've helped with event organizations or organizing events like our summit that's coming up, as well as some other new virtual events that we're working on coming up this year that we'll be talking about. Really, I've given a lot of time to this organization. It's because I believe in the organization. I believe in the people that I've worked with. I've got to know a lot of you over the years, and I'm really proud of the work that we have done. But we do have a lot of work left. We have obviously some social challenges that we need to address. And we've got a lot of other business issues we need to address. We're not a very profitable industry. We need to be much more inclusive, and we obviously need to work on our sustainability. So we've got a lot of challenges left in front of us, but I am really proud of the work that has been done. And I really feel like the Cannabis Alliance has been the place that most of that really important work has been accomplished. So I'd appreciate your vote and support, and just appreciate everybody else's work that they put in at the Alliance, because it really has been an honor working here.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Trey, do you want to talk next?
Take off mute. Hey, thank you. My name is Trey Reckling. I'm with the Academy of Cannabis Science. And if you don't mind, if you don't know us, I want you to know our story. We moved to Seattle here about 5 years ago, and I moved with my fiance. And I knew nobody in this industry, and called Vivian McPeak actually on the road on our way here and said, how can we get involved? And he said, well, you can come down and volunteer. But he was my only cannabis friend in the world, officially, legal side. And until I started attending professional meetings and really appreciated the Washington Marijuana Association at the time, and many meetings at the Red Lion with many of you. And so really that became my cannabis family. And that's where we got the knowledge and the support to found Academy of Cannabis Science. We partnered with Seattle Central College and created the first Department of Health approved cannabis course in the state, which was our medical marijuana consultant course. And then partnered also with UNLV, and now have partnered with College of Charleston, and soon Cal State Long Beach. And so our family continues to grow, but we really wouldn't have that success if it weren't for the Alliance and the support and the knowledge base. One of the things we like to teach is the importance of involvement in professional organizations, and our students become members, and we think that's important. But the Alliance has been there for me. I've continued to volunteer since day one when I was on the board with the Washington Marijuana Association when several organizations merged to become the Cannabis Alliance. And from day one, this organization has welcomed me as somebody who was not originally from here and who didn't have those connections. And so I think, I'm really proud to be a member. And like I said, I attribute a lot of our success to this membership. And so, it's nice to have been involved in trivia and happy hours and running tech meetings at Wood Tech. We were able to bring Wood Tech into the picture with our relationship with Seattle Central. And a membership on the board will allow me to continue to give back and really connect. I think is one of the best things that I do is help people who are like-minded or have resources, don't have resources to connect. And we've been fostering a relationship over the last few months with Last Prisoner Project. And so we're exploring how we can help them, for instance, and we're hoping, the Alliance and we know several people in here have also done the same sort of thing as we're looking to how we can exert our influence in a positive way. As we grow, I want to make sure that we keep our heart and soul, which is really small business, family-run organizations like ours who don't have deep pockets, who are not posing in front of Ferraris for magazines or whatever some people are doing out there, but really passionate and dedicated to this cause. And I want to make sure that as much as possible, we retain that. So thank you very much. I would love to be part of this board.
Thank you, Trey. I'm going to ask Ryan Sevigny, and I'm going to I mispronounce your last name every single time. So I'm so sorry, Ryan.
No worries, Kristen. For everyone out there who doesn't know me, hello. And to you who do know me, hello as also. You pronounce the last name, the number and the letter, Sevigny. So very little French there. Before I launch into this, I want to recognize each and every one of you out there for being engaged in the conversation and the dialogue in the cannabis community, and also to the other candidates. Certainly very qualified, and their ideas and effort and passion is what really drives this organization forward. So over the last 8 months or so, I've had the pleasure of serving as an adjunct board member, and the experience has been it's been enlightening. It's been egoless, compassionate. It's been focused on doing good. It's been driven by a common cause. And being a stakeholder in this industry, I feel compelled to help, assist, lead the charge when necessary, to drive reforms we're all striving for, to hold people charged with regulating this industry accountable, to advocate for a sustainable, small business-driven cannabis industry, all in the pursuit of building a better community, that represents people from all walks of life, especially the disenfranchised, the dispossessed, the disregarded. Now more than ever, I think I echo a lot of sentiment here. We need like-minded people to stand up and fight for change that builds a better industry, but more importantly, a better community. As some of you know, I'm not the most outspoken person in the room, but I believe my intent is genuine, and ultimately actions speak louder than words. So if given the opportunity to sit on the board officially, I pulled something out from Justice Thurgood Marshall, what is quality intent? And he ends his quote with, saying, I believe my intent will be more evident, or will be evident in the results. So on that, thank you for the opportunity to speak to you all. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep pushing forward.
Thanks, Ryan. And thanks for helping with your pronunciation. I still want to make it French. So we'll be sending that link out for voting right after the meeting, and I really appreciate all of you doing the conversation and being involved. I appreciate every single one of you for being involved. This has been an interesting 6 months in my job, and I couldn't have done it with the amazing support of the board and frankly, a lot of hand-holding by our members. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Awesome. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to move on to membership, and I'm going to let Kim take over.
Thank you, Kristen. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our June meeting. So great to see you all here. So it's time for our member spotlight. This is when we take some time to highlight a couple of our members. And so I'd like to welcome today, we have Canasite and Reagan Hatch will be presenting for them this morning. Are you ready, Reagan?
I'm ready.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Reagan. I am co-founder along with Karen Cooper of Canasite Co. And we're a female-owned and operated cannabis website and marketing firm where we elevate your online presence. We started this business to make well-built websites accessible and affordable for everyone. We're known for being transparent, responsive, and fast. And that means that we publish our pricing. Excellent customer service is the cornerstone of our company. And we build great websites in as little as a week without cutting corners. All of our flat rate websites include unlimited pages, unlimited revisions, initial optimization, and website training. And all of our digital marketing services are geared towards driving quality traffic back to those well-built websites. We'd really like the chance to connect with each of you and talk about your online presence and see if we can help in any way. And we're just happy to be here and learn from all of you.
Thank you, Reagan.
Thank you.
And again, that was Canasite. So next we have Samuel Marks with Weed Maps. Are you ready, Samuel?
I'm ready. Nice to meet all of you. It's my first time here, so thank you for having Devin and myself on here. So yeah, Weed Maps, what we're doing is really, it's your guide to cannabis at the end of the day. So our mission is to really power a transparent and inclusive global cannabis economy. So we're doing that by providing a platform for retailers, brands, and doctors to reach consumers and patients. We're also using our platform to really fight social injustice and investing deeply in social equity programs to really hold true to our mission of inclusion here. So our site visitors can range from the casual cannabis curious consumer to the daily user, but they have two things in common. They're actually engaged with this purchase intent. So advertising on the Weed Maps platform is really the most effective way to gain new customers and conversions. We have over 8 million monthly active users from around the world and hundreds of thousands in the state of Washington alone. And we're excited to partner with the cannabis businesses in the Pacific Northwest, really by incorporating the Weed Maps business suite of connected solutions really means increasing your brand visibility, operational efficiencies, commerce efforts, and sales excellence. So, really we're looking to join and partner up with you guys to essentially fulfill the consumer demand. But thank you so much for having us today.
Thank you both.
Thank you both as well. So we appreciate all of your support for the Cannabis Alliance. Thanks, Kim. Do you have anything else you want to add, Kim? You sure?
No, nope. Everybody just be healthy, well, and happy.
I wanted to add a little bit. So if you guys want an example of one of Canasite Co.'s fabulous websites, go check out our website because they actually built the whole website, both front end and back for us. So as members, if you've gone in and gone through your login and checked everything out, that's all them. So I would strongly recommend, if you need your website redone, get in contact with them.
And they give a special rate to Cannabis Alliance members. So we all appreciate that. Plus, they've been amazing because we screw up the website and they fix it for us. Which I can't tell you is awesome. We have a couple of webinars coming up in June for upcoming events. We have Understanding the Cannabis Consumer During COVID-19. It's all about the buying trends in Washington State. We had they have some amazing insight from Headset So it's June 17th from 1 to 2. As members, it's free to you. Just register, please, so that we'll send out a link to people that have registered to attend that, and it's right on the website. It's $10 if you're not a member, but it's free if you are a member. It says buy now, just register there, and you'll be able to get access to that one, June 17th. The other one is business privacy and facility security. Open THC is going to provide a webinar on business security. It's covering cybersecurity and employment and some of your computer systems, because those are easily going to be hacked. And apparently in COVID-19, it has been extremely often that people are getting hacked. So ask the Employment Security Department. So it's June 26th between 12 and 1 o'clock. It's also free to Cannabis Alliance members. It's $10 if you're not a member. Again, please register, and then we'll send you a link to that program as well. And then the summit that is coming up on September 24th and 25th. Jill is out looking for sponsors. We have some really good sponsor packages. In fact, Jill, if you want to talk a little bit about our sponsor packages, sorry to put you on the spot.
No, it's okay. That's what I do. So we have sponsorships available at all levels of the event, everywhere from our presenting sponsorship is still available, all the way down through individual vending packages and standalone advertising. So we have a lot available no matter what your budget. If it's something that you're interested in, please go ahead and send me an email. If you are a platinum member, you should already have it in your inbox. And as a gold member, you'll have it Monday. So otherwise, please do send me an email. I'll go ahead and throw my email address in the chat box. It's just jill.walker@thecannabisalliance.us. But I would definitely, if you are interested, get in contact, because I've had a lot of really good response and I'm starting to fill up fast. So this is going to be one of the better ways to showcase your brand to our market. I think Kristen mentioned that we are doing a virtual event this year, which has been personally really exciting for me, because it's given us a chance to really focus on our content, but also interesting and innovative ways for you all to be able to connect with each other. And so we're going to have a full seminar area plus a full kind of exhibition hall. They're going to run concurrent with each other. So you can really maximize your exposure and your, level of interest by participating with us. So again, if you are interested, please reach out to me. I would recommend doing it sooner rather than later, because I am starting to fill up. And I look forward to hearing from you.
Sorry, I just chatted to everybody when I meant to chat to Trey. Trey noted that we didn't turn on the chat feature from person to person. And then I answered to all of y'all, so just ignore it. What I do have, though, if you guys are really interested in, we actually have a link to, and we're trying this out on our new platform. And so we have an opportunity for you guys after this is over to actually go in and check out what we're doing in the platform. So go in and check it out, see how it feels. I think you're going to really like it. It's going to feel like a ballroom. It feels like you can interact. And so we're going to go have our networking afterwards at the Remo program. I'm going to enter the event right now. I think Jill will come join me. And hold on, I got to extend my event. Oh, there we go. And we have like 30 minutes to go and actually I need to fix our event settings here. So we need to go in and have a conversation and kind of figure out whether or not you really like this. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. So I will get that going, and we're really excited about it, and we think that you're really going to like it. The program committee all sat back and we looked at several platforms, because we really wanted you all to feel like you were in a hotel lobby, that we were here to just kind of enjoy and feel like you're part of the conversation, because we know the summit is very interactive, and so we want it to be just as interactive even if it is virtual. So with that, does anybody have any other announcements? Everybody's afraid. I'm going to leave this open a little bit so you guys can talk or even come over and join us at the other location to kind of check out the Remo and see what it's going to feel like for the summit. And if we actually have to do a virtual job fair, this will be the platform that will do a job fair. So.
Well, and I'll jump in and say too, is if you guys are interested in sponsoring, this would be an excellent opportunity to pop into the platform, and so that I can show you, we can go over what all the different options are and what's going where, and so that you can really see it in real time. You know, Kristen touched on it a little bit, but we did a lot of research to find this platform for you so that it would feel as interactive and connected to each other as physically possible. You know, I think that's one of the things that makes the summit so unique, is that it does create this conversation, and it creates, you know, the ability to interact with each other. And I think that we have found something it's going to be as close as we're going to get to meeting in person. So I really encourage everyone to come and check it out and ask questions and poke around and let us know what you think.
Yeah. I'm actually checking it on, I'm coming in as a private person, so just to look at it from your point of view. There we go. Okay. Anybody else have anything for the good of the order? Questions, comments, announcements? Anybody else get to go ahead and get a haircut?
Friday.
I have my sister coming over tonight to cut my hair. It's going to be lovely.
Oh, awesome! That is the best. I can't tell you.
I would show you what it looks like right now, but it's best I just keep this hat on. Let's be real. It's been 4 months.
I told my husband people are gonna start giving him a shopping cart and maybe some money because he's not looking good.
Yeah, it took me forever to find someone to cut my hair for the voters pamphlet picture. Holy smokes.
Well, this is good. I see a bunch of you are already in the Remo thing, so that's great. Hey, Jill, I'm going to log in and log over there. So come join me over there in the Remo.
I'm working on it as we speak, my friend.
Okay. And then you could actually start it if you want to.